Ooh, that looks tasty. Welcome, folks. Today the Hungry Gamer is back with another episode of the Monthly Menu, and today we are doing a twofer because I don't have a picks for the month or anything like that. So what we have is the recap of 2024, the most played games of 2024, and then also, now that we've gotten to the end of January, I have my most played games of January 2025, and then I'll make some picks for February 2025 as well. So we are back into the swing of things. For those of you who are joining for the first time, this is my video where I recap what games hit the table the most. And in general, when I'm talking about games that hit the table the most, the way I tend to record plays, I don't record who won or anything like that, and I just record session. So if I sit down and record 5 games of Mouse, Cheese, Cat, Cucumber, well, I sat down and I played that in a row, and that's actually roughly going to be equal to sitting down and playing one game of something longer. As I look next to me here, like a game of, right here, Merlin, something like that. So it's about equal, and so that's how I record it. If there happens to be a tie, and there's often ties because I record games like this, then I look at, well, were any of those games played digitally? I count digital games, but only if I've played them live in real time, then I'll count them. But you don't have the setup and those things, so it feels like less momentous. If there is still a tie, then I'll look into, okay, well, what was the longer game? Then I'll look into, well, okay, what was the longer game because I got to break the tie somehow. So, anyhow, with all of that being said, this is normally where I would tell you how I did on my picks for the month, but did not have any picks because I took December off because of all of the Game of the Year stuff going on. And here we are, starting out instead with the top 5 most played games of 2024 for me. And so, coming in at number 5. Number 5, we have Conquest Princess. And I talked a lot about Conquest Princess in my Game of the Year. It's my Game of the Year winner. And obviously that makes sense. Game of the Year winner. I played it a lot. If you're not familiar with it, go check out one of my many other videos. It is a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful crisis management game with a crazy theme that is fully realized. Really, really like that. Number 4 is Tales from the Red Dragon Inn, and this was my Game of the Year winner from 2023. And this is one that my sometimes occasional regular dungeon crawl group, we are playing through it. And so you're probably going to see this on the list again next year because we are maybe 2/3 of the way through. We play maybe every month or so, but we do actually average about every month we play. So a lot of games of Tales from the Red Dragon Inn. Still fantastic, still love it, just great. Number 3 was another Game of the Year candidate, and that was Collab. And Collab was my runner-up this year. Again, not a surprise to see it on the list because I played it a lot, because I liked it a lot. Again, you can check out some of my other videos on it, but this is a mostly competitive. There is a solo mode, and you can kind of co-op it as well if you really want to. Great theme, super scientists down on their luck, stuck in a shared workspace, very clever tableau building, resource management, just very, very clever. Really enjoy Collab. That came in at number 3. At number 2, we have Tesseract. And this one, I have only reviewed this on the podcast, and Original Don had it on his 10x10, and almost all of those 10 I played with him and played on my own at the house. This is just a wonderful crisis management game with an awesome shtick of a little lazy Susan and a cube of dice in the middle of the table, and they're coming off there and it spins around. You're checking dice, trying to save the world. And Peter Vaughn and Original Don were kind enough for my birthday to get me the most amazing metal dice for this thing. So unnecessary, so wonderful. Really, really underrated game from Smirk and Dagger. Just very, very good. And then my number 1 most played game of the year, I talked about this a little bit on 388's Game of the Year as the game that, for whatever reason, I didn't put on the list last year, but is the best game that didn't make my 388's Game of the Year list, and that was Summoner Wars from Plaid Hat Games. I played this game a ton, and not even counting the dozens of asynchronous games I played on the app. Just a fantastic head-to-head combat game. And again, I have a video on it. You can check it out. It's just a fantastic, wonderful game that has sucked up a lot of money from me because they keep putting out new factions like every quarter, but really, really good game. Really good. I highly recommend checking it out. So that is the top 5 most played games of 2024. So moving into January, the top 5 games of January. Coming in at number 5, we have Sub-Astral. This is one that I covered again on the podcast with Aaron Bradley years ago, and I'd forgotten about it. It's a game that we played every day at the first PAX that I went to. We got to play it once at this PAX, and I finally got a copy of it. Original Don also has a copy of it, so played it several times. This is the spiritual precursor to River Valley Glassworks, and it's really good. It's tight, it's fast, really enjoy it. That is Sub-Astral, number 5. Number 4 is a game called Dragons Down, and that is currently on Kickstarter, I think, right now, or GameFound. It is an adventure game, spiritual successor to Magic Realm. I do have a video on that. You can check that out as well. Unique, a lot of interesting, to me, unique things going on there. Very clever game if you're looking for kind of an open sandbox kind of adventure. Number 3 is An Age Contrived, and this is one that I covered back in the preview, and I had barely touched it since it arrived. And there's a new campaign coming up, and so I got it back to the table, played once in Meat Space with Original Don, played a long TTS game with Skippy and Original Don, and I got it to the table solo as well, and so on. And so really kind of put it back through its paces to test out the new expansion that's coming along. And this is a game that's a little bit divisive because it's got the craziest, most amazing toy factor, at least in the deluxe edition, wonderful components, and I think some very clever gameplay. But the divisive part is it has some like sniping that goes on where there's a bonus that the last person to put a thing out gets. Everyone else gets bonuses too. And thematically, it's not theme forward. It is a mechanics forward game. And so people I've played with are like, oh yeah, I enjoyed that, or oh, I really don't like that. So it's kind of divisive. I happen to enjoy the game. I think it's pretty darn clever. It does some neat stuff. So Age Contrived came in at number 3 in January. Number 2, already talked about it, Tales from the Red Dragon Inn. Number 1, already talked about it, Conquest Princess. Those 2 games hit the table several times in January, and these are some that, again, were ties with other games, but Tales from the Red Dragon Inn, every time we play, that is a whole evening that we play. Conquest Princess, I actually taught some people, so that makes the sessions longer. Played some solo games. Again, both fantastic, fantastic games. Now, that brings me into my picks for February 2025. So, starting out, we have the list. The list is back. Hopefully we'll knock something off. My wife has brought it up a few times. Hey, we should play something off the list. So, yeah, we should play something off the list. Hopefully we will do that this month. Next on the list is Kinfire Chronicles. Now, this is one that I really enjoy, and I haven't played it in months. I was actually doing the entire campaign on the channel. I got really busy, and no one had complained that I wasn't still doing videos, so it does seem like people got their fill of seeing the game on the channel, so I don't think I'm going to record it anymore. But because of that, taking away that pressure to have to record things and the extra time that takes, I do think I'm going to be able to get it to the table a few more times. I really would like to finish the campaign. I really enjoy it. And it takes up a lot of space up here. So another reason that I really want to get through this. I'm not willing to let this game go until I finish because it is that enjoyable. Next one on the list is probably my most anticipated game of the year, period. That is Iridia, The Paths We Dare Tread. I've had it almost an entire month. Maybe 3 weeks. It is just sitting in my living room because I need the motivation to get through as many different games that I still need to cover as quickly as I can so I can then play that game. I really want to play that game. I waited years for that game. I really want to play that game. I have not gotten to yet, but I'm getting close to being able to do that because I'm pushing through the videos, I'm getting them tested, I'm taking extra time to test games just so I can get to this game. Next one on the list is Divinus, and I previewed this and I really, really liked it. It delivered last year and I didn't get to play it. So I've put it on my 5x5 this year, and Original Don has agreed to play it with me. So it's a campaign. I don't know exactly how long it is, how many games it is. I don't think it's that many. We're going to do this thing, and I definitely want to get at least one play this month. And then my last one, I had a really hard time choosing between two different CGE games. One was Kutna Hora, which I got as my BGG Secret Santa game, and I've been just really interested in it. Just haven't played it. I put it all together, but haven't played it. The other is another one that just arrived from CGE, and that is SETI. A friend of the channel, Chris Stone, one of the designers of Hissy Fit, he reached out to me and asked me if I had it. He really wanted to play. I was like, you know what? Okay, let's do this thing. So I'm going to try to put it through it. So I'm hoping to put it through its paces, both solo and make Chris come down here so we can play it. And I've played it once, and I enjoyed it. And I thought it was doing a lot of cool, clever stuff. I really like the different alien factions it has, what's kind of going on there. So I'm hoping this is the month that I put it through its paces. So, there we have it. Those are my picks for February 2025. Let's hope that maybe this is the year, every single month I get all of them. It's probably not going to happen, but at least maybe we can start out hot. So this is where I want to take a brief moment and say thank you to Noble Knight Games. Thank you for continuing to be my sponsor. And for those of you who are unaware, what that means is they give me a little bit of store credit every month. And there's an affiliate link down in all of my videos, which is a way for you to go check out what they have and make a purchase. If you go through my link, then they give me a percentage of what you spend as store credit. Again, I don't get any cash here, but I'm just able to use it to get more games. And many of these games I have covered. For example, that's how I got River of Gold, was through this sponsorship program. So the games do often come back and get talked about here. And most importantly, it doesn't cost you anything at all. Noble Knight is a company that I have actually used many times before this sponsorship. You can sell used games there. Now, you're not going to get a ton of money, but you never do on these kinds of things, but it's a way that they take care of the shipping, they send it off. It's very, very easy, and I do sometimes send off games if I've tried to sell them or whatever and I can't. It's very easy. Can't complain about that. But you can also find a lot of games that are out of print there, and sometimes they're real cheap, sometimes they're more expensive, just depends on kind of what the market says, but it is a really good website. Their customer service is top-notch, and I really do highly recommend checking them out for new and used games. But if you do, use my affiliate link, please. Thank you. More importantly, I want to say thank you to the channel members. You can see them starting to cycle across the bottom of the screen right now. And as I always say, I am not so tacky as to say I could not do this without the channel members. I did it before, but it does make it easier. Thanks to the channel members, I am able to improve my stuff. Right? We had the Beatrice cam this year. That is solely because of the channel members. That is where those funds came from, directly to be able to buy that GoPro and the harness and all of that. It has allowed me in years past to attend an extra convention and things like that so I can cover it. And so pretty much all the money that I'm making from YouTube and channel memberships, it does all go back into this hobby. It helps me purchase games. Yes, I do actually purchase games. I know sometimes people think reviewers, oh, we get everything for free. I mean, some of them do. I don't. I do certainly purchase plenty of games. I get to go to conventions, do these things, to cover these things, and try to keep giving you content that I assume that you enjoy. If you don't enjoy it, I don't know why you're still here. Glutton for punishment, and I'm happy to keep punishing you, I guess. But thank you very much to all of the channel members. If you are interested in becoming a channel member, there are 3 levels as low as 99 cents. So that's like $12 a year, not even $12 a year. And that's going to get you access to private posts and advanced viewing of videos throughout the year. While the next level up will get you more advanced viewing. There's some videos that only go out to the main course members. Anytime a main course member says, hey, I would like to see something on this game, or I would like a special video on this, I do my best to chase down whatever it is and then eventually make a video on it. And sometimes when main course members request it, I actually have private little video series that are specifically for main course members. And there's a top tier level, which means you can play digital games with me every month. We'll schedule it and make that happen. But in any event, thank you so much to all the channel members for helping me improve the channel. And thank you so much to all the subscribers who are watching, because again, that's why I get to keep doing it. So there you have it, folks. That is the top 5 games of 2024 and the top 5 games of January 2025. As always, if you found this video useful, please like, subscribe, share, maybe become a channel member. As always, thank you so much for watching. Have a wonderful, wonderful day.